series, which is 5 dates in 5 days, and I really wanted to do something a little bit different. Now, everybody has had a stage in their life where they've been romantically challenged, and I wanted to kind of change that. I wanted to experience something different and kind of share with you guys what exactly went through these 5 different dates. Today we're going to talk about online dating, which is something that's moving so quickly nowadays. Everybody has so much work to do. You have family, you have friends to tend to, and sometimes you don't know how to get back into the romantic scene again and trying to find Mr. Right or Mrs. Right if you're watching. So I decided to kind of put myself out there, and I was approached by a gentleman, which his name we're not going to give. We're going to call him Mr. East Hampton. Very attractive gentleman. He contacted me via Facebook. And it was a little bit different. It wasn't something that I'm usually open to do, but I wanted to really try and put myself out there and see what kind of people I could really meet. So he contacted me via Facebook, and one thing led to another. We exchanged telephone numbers and we started talking. He'd call me in the mornings, I'd call him in the afternoons, text message. We even got to Skype, which is something that I tried for the first time. Very interesting. So as the weeks passed along, really felt that strong chemistry. We got along great. He had an extremely wonderful personality. He was attractive. I was really getting to know him. He was really opening up. And then the question pops. When should we meet? Wow, that's a really good question that popped up, and I wasn't sure how to handle that. I thought, you know what, he seems like a pretty decent guy, not crazy, attractive, nice personality, has everything in line, so much as what he showed. And decided, well, you know what, we've exchanged numbers, we've talked, let's go ahead and do this, let's find this out. Boom! Time to meet the person. That came out with Mr. East Hampton, and his insecurities came up. He was afraid that he wasn't going to be up to my standards, that he might fall in love, that what if I was not happy with meeting him, what if he wasn't tall enough. I mean, all these kind of insecurities started coming out. And the last thing that he told me was he had a track record, and I asked him, what do you mean a track record? And he said that he had been a little bit unstable and he had been hurt in the past. Women, this one is for you. When a gentleman opens up and tells you that he's been unstable in the past and that he's been emotionally hurt, that is a big sign telling that he is not ready. If he's making so many excuses that he does not want to meet you, it's time to move on. Do not waste your time. Men that are really going to be interested in you will make the effort in going after you and pursuing you and talking to you. It's the guidelines of respect, it's the guidelines of flirting and taking it to the next level. Leave that on the gentleman to make the first move. You want to make sure that you're going to make a relationship work in the long run, teaching him from the beginning what kind of woman you are. So that came up, one thing led to another, nothing happened, we didn't get to meet. But it was a wonderful experience. It had happened to me for the first time, and I just wanted to share a little bit of that. Having dealt with online dating for the first time and what my experience was, I decided to put a list of do's and don'ts for online dating that I can share with you, because I want you girls to be really careful on who you choose. Don't go by the profile picture, because what if the picture's not updated? What if it's 10 years old? Or don't be quick to give all the information about yourself, because you don't want to find some crazy guy knocking at your door when you least expect it. You want to make sure that you take time to really get to know a person, take things slow, and enjoy the moment. That's what it is. It's about enjoying the person. Don't go into it thinking that you're going to find Mr. Right away. Biggest mistake, because you know, what if it's not Mr. Right? You're automatically let down. You close yourself up to a new opportunity, a new experience. What if he might be the person that's going to introduce you to Mr. Right? What if you could gain a new friendship? It's about the way you go into this. So we're going to talk to you about online do's and don'ts for dating. So something that you do want to do when starting online dating, please post a recent picture of you. You want to make sure that they are looking at the same person on the picture updated now when they meet you. You don't want to shock them. I mean, that's something that happens a lot. So you want to make sure that you have an honest description. You want to make sure that you start any dating right from the beginning at big and clean honesty. That's what it is. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. You either love it or you hate it. Simple as that. And if it works out, then you know what? It worked out. And if it didn't, you move on to find the next person. Next thing that you should really pay attention to, do not assume that his photo is up to date. I talked about that before. You gotta make sure that you really take the time to get to know a person, check out the profile, really read the description. That's something that you're interested in. Read the characteristics, make sure you pay attention to every little thing. Do move the conversation along with email to cell phone. Some people are great writers, and sometimes you have friends that write for you. So you want to make sure that in the phone chat, you're really going to get that sense of personality click. If you click with him or not, you're really going to get to know him through the first couple of chats that you get on the phone. So you want to make sure you're checking and watching and praying that you don't lose the cell phone signal when you receive that next message. Do take things slowly. Don't think that automatically he is Mr. Right away. There might be a magnetic chemistry feeling there for him, but make sure that you arrange to meet him in a public place for the first couple of dates. And when you know more about him, he can pick you up and drop you off at home, but don't invite him just in right away. You gotta be really careful. Even if he pleads that he's urgently has to use the bathroom, you gotta make sure you know who you're dating to a certain point. So make sure you take things slowly. Enjoy the first date. Enjoy the first kiss if that happens, and make sure that you do things respectfully. You want to make sure that any relationship that you start, it starts with respect and ends with respect.